Has he gone into the pharmacy wearing a paper bag? The lady behind the cashier looks so confused right now. I've been in love with these ridiculous animation stories for a while now. Most of them claim to be true, but they're so insane I feel like most of them are definitely fake. Now this one caught my eye. I found him doing a pregnancy test. I have so many questions about this, but I think the best way to find out the truth is to just watch the video. Leave a like if you want me to do more of these stories, and also subscribe if you haven't already. 65% of my viewers are not subscribed, and I'm trying to hit 3 million subscribers by my birthday. Let's get into the story. Headset on. Oh my goodness. Pregnant boyfriend. The drama, the tea.
John and I have been together for 4 years. Our relationship has been perfect until we used a pregnancy test and found out that John was pregnant.
Wait, what? He is pregnant and not her? Okay, I really want to find out more about this.
During the last year, John started to change. He no longer called me, and he avoided me at school as well.
Oh girl, I'm sorry. I feel bad for her.
I had to figure out what has been going on with him, so I sent him a message saying, "Did I do something wrong?"
Oh, just look at how sad she is. She has a broken heart and she's crying. Girl, don't worry. Your boyfriend's just pregnant. It's normal.
And he replied, "Listen, I think that we should put an end to our relationship. If you really cared for me, you would have done the thing that would have made me happy." I wasn't ready to break up with John yet. He treated me well and has always been kind to me. I couldn't imagine my life without him, but a month later, my period was late and I panicked. I called John and told him that I was pregnant.
Uh-oh, girl has gotten pregnant. Wait a minute, I thought it was him that got pregnant. I'm so confused right now.
I couldn't find any other logical explanation for what was happening, but he only laughed and said that I was blowing the situation out of proportion and told me that he would buy me a pregnancy test and drop by.
What is happening here? Has he gone into the pharmacy wearing a paper bag? The lady behind the cashier looks so confused right now. I think I would be too.
I agreed to a suggestion only on one condition. I told him he must bring 2 tests, not 1. When John arrived, I had absolutely no idea how to use the pregnancy test. I grabbed one of the tests and handed it to John and said, "Okay, you first." He looked at me and smiled and said, "Hey, pretty face."
I'm sorry, but why has he just turned into an anime boy? What is happening?
It seems that you've got the wrong idea. You're the one that has to pee over it, not me. It sounded like complete madness to me. All I wanted to know was if there was a baby in my uterus or not. John noticed how hesitant I was, so he grabbed the pregnancy test and went to the bathroom. A few minutes later, he came out with a look of confusion all over his face.
Oh no, why? What's happening? How is he pregnant? I'm so confused.
He was hiding the test behind his back. He didn't want to show me the result he got until I take my turn and use the test as well. It took me some time. When I came out of the bathroom, he looked at my test and laughed. He said, "See, you're not pregnant. Your period must have been a little late, that's all." Yes, these kinds of things happen from time to time, but why was he hiding his test?
That's what we all want to know. Why was he hiding his test behind his back? The drama, the tea. Sis, spill it. We need to know.
And why did he look confused when he saw it? I took the chance when he wasn't looking and stole his test. And what I discovered left me speechless. My test came negative, while his turned out to be positive.
How? How is her boyfriend pregnant? I'm so confused.
How could it be? How could John be pregnant? Didn't he just tell me that pregnancy test was meant to be used by females only? Oh my god. Did that mean my test was inaccurate? I panicked all over again, but John, trying to calm me down, told me that we could simply buy some more of those tests and try again. Oh god. But what other option did I have? John went to the pharmacy and returned with more of those test sticks, a big bottle of water, and 4 Coca-Cola cans.
He's gone back into the store with the bag again. Why? What are you doing? He looks so suspicious, like he's gonna start robbing the place.
Because, as you probably know, We needed them so that we could go to the bathroom. We tried more than 20 test sticks. Every single one of mine came out negative.
I think you're safe, girl. Like, you're not pregnant, you're fine. I love how she's dressed as a scientist right now. The little test tubes and the microscope. I don't know why she needed to be so scientific about this.
Well, every test stick that John used came out positive. Despite the situation being disgusting, I mean, it had to be. All that urine, ew. It was still funny. I looked at John and said, "Could it be that you are pregnant with my child?" And we both broke into laughter. John even took a selfie with the dozens of positive pregnancy tests that he had.
Why is he taking selfies with the pee sticks? Bro, that is so unhygienic and gross. What? Why?
He then posted the photo to his Instagram account with the caption that said, "It looks like I don't need a partner to be a dad. Yes, all these positive tests are mine."
Why would anybody post that on their Instagram? Whatever floats your boat, I guess.
We spent the whole night reading comments and laughing, and most importantly, I finally got my period that night. On the next day at school, everyone gathered around us and asked, "Is it true that all those positive pregnancy tests were John's, or is it just a silly joke?" But John answered with pride, "Yes, they are all mine."
Why is he happily admitting that he's took 20 pregnancy tests and they've all come out positive? He's posted it on his Instagram and now he's bragging about it at school. This is just such a ridiculous scenario.
It should have been a private experience that no one else but me and John should have known about. A few days after we had posted the photo, the cheerleading team leader approached me and informed me that the team had decided to cut me off, as they believed that it was not right to keep me in the team while I was pregnant.
But girl, she ain't pregnant. Her boyfriend is. Also, can I just say, the sideways mouth is really tripping me out right now. I don't like that. That's terrifying.
They believed that my belly would eventually get bigger and I would look ridiculous dancing with my big belly and short skirt all at once.
But she's not pregnant. It's her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is the pregnant one, I think. I still don't know. Maybe the tests were wrong somehow. I don't know. Let's carry on and see.
They would definitely be ashamed of me for that. I tried once and again to convince her that I wasn't pregnant, but she insisted that no one believed John's lie, and that was it. As you can probably see, my life took a turn for the worse.
I feel so bad for her. She's been kicked off of the cheerleading team because her boyfriend has positive pregnancy tests. Yeah, that sucks.
While John was enjoying his unrivaled popularity due to his wittiness, I was witnessing my life falling apart, one piece after another.
How has he gained popularity from testing positive on a pregnancy test? This just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm so confused right now. Look at his girlfriend. She is mad.
More than 2 months passed by while I refused to speak to John. Even though I was the one who encouraged him to post the photo in the first place, I still blamed him for all that happened. At first, John did not care that much about speaking to me again.
Oh, they broke up. And it looks like he's got a new girlfriend. I feel really bad for this girl now.
He even got himself a new girlfriend. However, during the last week, he started calling and texting me once again on a daily basis. But I never returned any of his calls or messages. I felt extremely mad at him.
But girl, what if he was giving birth? He needed you there. Seriously though, I don't know what is gonna happen. This is wild.
During gym class, John approached the gym teacher and told him that he will not be able to continue the class as he was feeling pain in his lower abdomen. But the teacher only looked at him in ridicule and said, "First, your pregnancy test comes back positive, and now you're having your period. What is next? Will you grow a pair of breasts next?"
Why is this coach so mean? What if he really is pregnant and he gives birth to an alien? You don't know. If he's complaining about being in pain, you know, he should probably stop doing sports.
And now you're having your period. What is next? Will you grow a pair of breasts next? Poor John felt extremely embarrassed and everyone distanced themselves from John. No one wanted to be friends with the guy who was slowly turning into a girl.
Oh, that's super mean. He's still the same person. He's just going through some stuff right now.
But for me, I felt very sorry for him. I went to him and said, "Listen, you don't have to attract everyone's attention to be seen as an interesting person. You once were perfect in everyone's eyes. I wish you would stop acting weird and that you would return back to your old self." He started to cry out loud and said, "No one wants to believe me, even you." At that moment, The mean cheerleading team leader approached us and said, "Hey, look at that. It seems that our hormones are confused. Please be kind to Mrs. John." That loser. She really stepped on my last nerve with her uncalled for comment. I jumped on her and started pulling her
Oh
hair.
my
But the
gosh.
coach held me and pulled us apart.
There's a fight happening right now. Oh my goodness, the coach has saved the day. He stands in between them and T-poses. Everybody stop fighting! Does that seriously work?
He ordered us to go to the principal's office. On our way to the principal's office, I looked at my palm and saw a strand of her hair still stuck between my fingers.
That is disgusting. But hey, you got some free purple hair now. Don't know what you can do with it, but you have it now. It's yours.
While John held tightly onto my other hand. I didn't want to leave his hand. I really felt like there was something going on with him.
Yes, girl, he's pregnant. He's going to give birth. At least I think.
While we waited to be called into the principal's office, John looked at me and apologized for what had happened to me because of him.
What kind of position is this? That is the weirdest looking drawing I have ever seen in my life. She looks like some sort of gremlin.
He even told me that he was thankful for me because I stood up for him and it meant a lot to him. For a second, I thought that he was going to tell me that he was willing to give our relationship a second chance. And honestly, I was willing to do so in a heartbeat as well.
Oh, okay. But is this gonna turn into a disaster the way she was wording it? Kinda sounds like he's not gonna get back with her.
But his new girlfriend walked in and ruined everything.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot, he's in a relationship.
Once she saw him, she jumped on him and they both shared a long, warm kiss.
Ew! Right in front of her.
He didn't seem to mind one bit. Once again, I couldn't stay calm. It was too much for me to bear. I pushed her away from him and kicked him in the nuts. He screamed his lungs out and fell unconscious.
Girl has become violent. Like he's having to be rushed to the hospital right now. She's just kicked him in the worst place possible.
A few seconds went by and he was being carried to the ambulance that took him to the hospital. I was in knee-deep problems. I thought that final incident would definitely get me grounded for life. Over the course of the next few days, John was no longer to be seen around school.
Ooh, has he given birth? I can't wait to see the baby.
And I didn't hear anything about him. I know that I might look stupid to you, but I was worried about him anyways. I felt that I had caused him some serious problem when I kicked him, but I honestly never thought that my kick was that strong.
Okay, if you haven't seen him in a while, he's not in the school or anything, why don't you just text him or maybe ring him and apologize? You really shouldn't be kicking people.
I had to check on him, but how would I do so? His phone was off all the time. There was no other way. I had to go to his new girlfriend and ask her about him. When I asked her about John, she told me, "That fool broke up with me and I don't care what happens to him. He can go to hell."
Okay, he's dumped his new girlfriend. Oh my gosh, his life seems a little bit crazy at the moment. I don't know what's going on with him. All I know is she is mad.
My back was to the wall. I had no other way to check on John than to go visit him at his home. And that was what I did. When I visited him, he looked even worse than ever.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
he was thrilled to see me and told me that kicking him in the balls was the best thing that has ever happened to him.
Oh no, what's happened? He looks so ill right now.
And that if I hadn't kicked him in the balls, he would have been doomed for sure. Despite that, he told me that he was totally desperate. John's pregnancy tests were indeed positive, but that wasn't because the tests were bad. It was because John was suffering from testicular cancer.
I did not know that pregnancy tests could turn out positive for men if you had cancer. That literally saved his life. Wow.
The pains he had been suffering from weren't made up by him so that he could get more attention from people around him. They were very real. Testicular cancer? That must be the worst thing that could ever happen to any guy. What started as a joke ended as a disaster.
Oh, I feel really bad for him right now. But you know what? It's kind of a good job he's been in some bad relationships with some crazy people, because now he has his diagnosis and can get better.
I promised myself that day that I will never let John face all that on his own. Despite the fact that he had left me all alone before, this was totally different. He feels that our relationship has become perfect. and stress-free.
Oh, that was kind of a weird experience to go through just then. I honestly thought at the end of this story he was gonna give birth. But no, kind of the opposite has happened, and I don't think he can have children now. What a weird story.